welcome to Mind Your Business, the channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Well, people, that episode had me cracking up. Between Marlon throwing shade at Alan about his piece of strands on his head, to Princess telling Ray J that she should have slapped the shit out of him as well. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. Let's talk about it, people. Well, guys, people, my inquisitive crew, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami. So, of course, we know that Princess flew all the way from LA to Miami to slap the shit out of Amara. And, you know, Amara did hit back, hence that's why she mashed up her finger, and obviously security got involved. But the one that surprised me was Estelita. I was like, wow, Estelita really jumped in to start fighting Princess. I wasn't expecting that. I thought she might have tried to break it up. I'm like, Estelita, girl, this is your event. Like, what is happening? It was just a mess. You've got Brooke just standing there looking like she's entertained, like she's a puppet master. I'm like, nobody tried to step in to break it up. Well, security did that. But you know, I thought Estelita would have tried to break it up rather than jump in. And I thought Brooke might have tried to help break it up, but that's not how it went. So I was just like, wow, okay. So, of course, Amara leaves there. Obviously, you're going to go hospital because she's, you know, messed up her finger, it's bleeding, and, you know, her nails come off or whatever. Obviously, she's annoyed that she got slapped in the face. She did try and hit back, but, you know, she did manage to hit her back, which is how she matched up her finger. But obviously, she didn't do no damage. What made me side-eye her was like, why are you meeting up with Ray J at the hospital? I'm like, okay, you're making him pay. Could he not just send you the money or whatever? Like, and then you're talking about you want to get revenge and you don't know whether you should F the shit out of him or go the legal route. I'm just like, you're just a mess. Once I heard that, you know, she apparently invited him back to her yard, and they had drinks and all this extra shit, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You actually deserve that slap, because why are you with your friends, you know, husband, inviting him back to the yard? Him inviting you to be part of his movie is one thing, but then you taking it from a public setting to inviting him back to your yard is doing way too much. At the moment, you're giving yourself that image of being connected to mess, and it's just a whole mix-up. It's ridiculous. So I'm just like, Amara, at this point, you know, I can't even feel sorry for you. And then why is she out here getting on a drip at home, getting some IV drip and saying she's all stressed out? I'm like, girl, you got slapped. And yes, she did hurt your finger, but you're doing entirely too much. The dramatics. But while she was at home, Estelita came to see her. Now, Estelita, I just feel like she's just like a little lost soul. She's got her own trauma, and I understand why she was vexed. And I felt like, you know, she was quite upfront in terms of saying, yeah, well, basically, you know, she was vexed that Amara linked up with Shay, knowing what Shay did and what she said about her childhood trauma and all that kind of shit. So I don't blame her for being in her feelings about that, which is why she did what she did in terms of inviting Princess. But she did say she didn't expect, you know, Princess to come there and fight at her event. But I'm like looking at Amara like, how can you be asking her, why did you invite Princess? That's her event. She can do what she wants at her event. And clearly she did it out of spite, like she told you. But I thought it was good that they at least cleared the air. You can see that Estelita really likes Amara because she's really going to bat for her. She's talking about Shane being a bodyguard for nobody, but she will step for Amara. And clearly she did step for Amara. But I'm like, I hope Amara's going to do the same for you, because, you know, it's giving a little bit flaky from Amara's side of things. Like I said last week, I feel like Amara should have given her the heads up, and a heads up is actually, you know, he's gotten in touch and he wants to meet with me, and run it past her then. Not, I'm going to go and meet with him, invite him back to my yard, and then message her chatting about, yeah, he was flirting with me. No, you're giving trashy friends. So I don't really blame Princess in this. But at the same time, Princess and this whole Ray J drama is annoying. I'm just like, these two, will they ever divorce? Now, Princess and Ray J, like I said, I think they're a complete mess. When they link up, Princess is basically just trying to get to the bottom of like what happened with Amara. He tells her that, yeah, he went to see Amara at the hospital, so that pissed her off a little bit more. Like, what are you doing with my so-called friend, basically? And he fills her in and says, yes, you know, he was flirting with her, and, you know, how she was all pressed up on him. I was like, well, when I was watching it, you was pressing up on her. I didn't feel like she was pressed up on you. However, she was not telling you to get back. That was my problem with her. But like I said, they didn't show this whole house situation of him going back to her yard, apparently. So that's a bit that I was like, Love and Hip Hop, did this happen? Because if so, why was this not aired? And then he also tells her about her, you know, threats for revenge of either sleeping with him or, you know, going down a legal route. And Princess was like, yeah, whatever, you slept with half of America, so yeah, that's not really going to bother me. I don't know why she's saying that she's not bothered about him sleeping with, you know, half of America, because she's definitely given bothered. And over the seasons, she has definitely been bothered. She basically tells him that they're both disloyal and they're both trash at this point, and yeah, he needs to be slapped too. And I was thinking, yes, he does, but you didn't slap him. But yes, he does. Now, it was nice to see Zoe and that new girl. What's her name? Is it Ching Diamond? I like her energy, and I like that they actually were together. I was like, yes, I'm glad that they come together and they seem like they're building a friendship. I was glad to see that, because I thought they might try and do the whole, pit them against each other because, you've got one big girl versus another. But I thought, no, big girls united. Yeah, we like it. Do the curvy girls united. That's all good. So, and she seems like she's got good energy, although this boyfriend that she's got and she's waiting to come out of jail does sound like a red flag. But we'll see what happens with them too. Zoe, on the other hand, we know that she is engaged, but she said that she's slowing things down because basically she's struggling with the whole situation with her man and him being her manager and being her man and, blurring that line. So we'll see what happens with them. As for Flo and her Dutty sister, I'm like, what is going on here? Why the hell is Dutty Gael telling Flo, oh yeah, I'm not vexed with you no more about Alan because I've got a new man? And then when they show the new man that she's going to link up with is Fable, I said, Lord God, kiss me neck. Welcome to Dutty Gael, yeah, because I'm like, she really wants Shay to beat her ass. Wasn't she the one who was throwing shots at Fable and Shay and saying how he's out here in the streets that time when they got into it? So I'm like, oh, so you was out here throwing shots. I need to wait for your time to get in his DMs, basically, is what it's giving. I'm just like, Fable, don't even like her, too interested in her. But yeah, we know Gael is a hot mess. I'm just like, what is this? She's just like making a career out of going for everybody's husbands and just going for everyone's man. Like, what is going on with her? It's a mess, a complete mess. And then, speaking of mess, you've got Flo's mum letting Marlon know that Flo has been chatting to Alan. And then you've got Flo taking Alan with her to the studio to go meet up with Derek Manano to do some music. Firstly, when she walks in the studio, how do you introduce yourself and then start chatting your business? Yeah, I've been stressed out. My sister slept with my husband and slept with my girlfriend. Like, damn, what is all this? Like, it's just too much. Do people not understand TMI these days? It's just a lot. It is a lot. I'm like, okay, yeah, you need to channel that into music because this is a lot. She's in the studio session and then her phone is ringing. I'm like, why wouldn't you put your phone on some do not disturb if you're in the studio? Like, what is going on? It's Marlon blowing up at her phone. Now, she made me laugh because she's there looking at Alan and saying, yeah, answer the phone. I thought Alan was going to say no. But Alan answered the phone on a FaceTime and chatting about who is this clown. I'm like, no way. And obviously, this clown is her husband. So, of course, Marlon's on the other side like, yo, like, pass the phone, who you, her secretary? And she's basically like, yeah, Marlon, what's your problem? He's like, yeah, I'm outside and all this kind of stuff. It just made me laugh because it was just a whole mix-up, and I'm just like, you guys, this show is just too much. Anyway, it gets to the point where they two come outside. Derek does the right thing and stays inside, and then outside it's just ridiculous. Marlon and Alan are going back and forth. I mean, Marlon's cussing him about his hair and the hair strands that are left in his head. He's just cussing him off. You've got Alan hitting back, talking about, yeah, Flo ain't going nowhere when he's telling Flo to come over here, and then cussing him, talking about how he's a bitch, how his wife left him, and she even left him for a bitch. I'm just like, wow, this is just getting ridiculous. Marlon's back off his shirt, you got Alan tucking his chain. I was like, this is a hot mess, and Marlon trying to go for Alan, but of course there's security, so the both of them are just going back and forth. But I'm like, this is a hot mess. So I know it's going to be interesting next week once Amara hears about all this foolishness, because, like, even though Alan's not claiming to be Flo's man and Flo's just saying this is my friend, it's giving very mixed up. Like, what is really going on here? Marlon was losing his cool out there. He was cracking me up. I'm just like, not you going for the man's hair strands. I was like, yeah. It's true though. But anyway, the whole show is a whole madness as per usual. But yes, I was rather entertained this week, scripted or not. It was rather entertaining, pure foolishness, but I actually needed to laugh. So yeah, that was good. Now, of course, I like to go to social media. I always go to social media after I've watched the show and see what people are saying on there. So here are some tweets that had me cracking up. Okay, so you've heard from me and you've heard what they have to say. Now, what are you saying about the show? Let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.